All right, welcome.
Yeah.
I know it's Super Bowl weekend. In fact, the Super Bowl, at the time of this live
Take your
broadcast,
time with this.
the Super Bowl is probably going on right now, at least get ready to start. But for those of you who aren't watching it, we got something very special for you. Just gonna give me about 1 minute. We're just gonna give people time to come in,
From the leaf to
and
the
I'm just
bottle,
gonna
yeah,
go
we
ahead and
slow
get started,
down.
okay? 1 minute now, less than a minute now.
No rush in the process, we let love come around. Yeah. Sun on the flavor, I'm in the blend. Once you taste something real, you don't play pretend. Ain't no shortcuts, ain't no disguise. You can see it in the color, taste it when you try. Grown folks sip, yeah, it hit just right. Daytime cooler, warm late night. If you know, then you know what I mean.
Less
When
than
it's
30
real
seconds,
slow,
and we're gonna
keep it
start.
clean, let me tell you what it is, my friend. Rude, not powder. Fresh, not pretend. Summer trees, sour sop. You wanna sit back again and again. Brewed, not powdered. Fresh, not pretend. Summer trees, sour sop. You wanna sit back.
All right, under
again
10
and
seconds.
again. Pop again, again. Pop that cat.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. I told you we're going to jump right in today. So welcome. I got people in the chat. Welcome to both of you. We got Mauricia in the house, and we got Willie, always there, brother. I really appreciate both of you guys and everybody else that's going to be coming in. I told you, I know it's Super Bowl time and everybody got your wangs, you got all your other stuff going on, and you're about to get into the game. But I tell you what, we've been doing the Super Bowl right here on this end on Cyber Tree. No, we ain't tossing around a pigskin and all of that stuff. We don't need all of that. You don't need crowds or anything else. But we did something that I'm be honest with you, very proud of. This is something that we have been working on for a very long time, and I'm going to explain to you why this is such a big deal for us here at Cyber Tree. Let me go ahead and switch this up right now, bring it up on your screen. Yes, supplements. We actually have a supplement warehouse. I mean, it's not physical. You can, we don't have it like attached to, anything, but it's a warehouse. It's an online warehouse. And we are starting off with quite a few, and we're going to be adding a lot more, and I'm going to take you through it very quickly. But this video really is going to be about, oh my God, I am overwhelmed. Y'all just throwing all this stuff at me. I don't know where to begin. Well, that's why I'm here to help you with that. So we're going to get into that first, but I just want to show you just the overview and why this is such important, because as you know, we do have supplements. We've had supplements all the way up to this point. However, it's something that has it takes a lot of effort the way we were doing it before, and it was one of the contributing factors that were slowing things a bit down, for our customers. And I'm a customer. We're all customers, and when your stuff seems like it's late, okay, what are they doing? Where's my stuff and all of that? Listen, I totally get it. We definitely understand and we feel it, But rest assured, here at Cyber Tree, we're not going anywhere. Nobody's going anywhere. We are here and we are working double overtime. You see this hair on my head, typically I would have shaved it off by now, but we've been working, y'all. And, because I got this cul-de-sac back here that's one of my goals. I'm gonna try to figure out how I can fill in this cul-de-sac. That's one of my goals right now. That's what I'm trying to figure out. And once I get it, I'm gonna share that with you. But anyway, so what this does, and I'm just so excited about this, is that it allows us to get things out to you a lot quicker. And so that's one of the things we're excited about. We're actually partnering with this wellness company that pretty much ticks all the boxes for us when it comes to, the quality of stuff. In other words, if someone asks for turmeric pills, it's not like sand in there or, sawdust and all that kind of stuff. It's made right here in the USA. And yeah, we've checked them out thoroughly, and And so it's going to help us out and tremendously, not only in getting product out, but good product that we use, you know what I mean? And so we're very excited about that. And so, but yeah, so we really appreciate all you guys when it comes to your patience, when it comes to, you know, us getting your orders out and all of that. And I tell you, this last month or so, it's just, we've been adjusting, okay, to say the least, but we're doing it, and we really appreciate each and every one of you guys. Okay, so let me just show you real quick. So what you're gonna do to get to it is 2 places you can go. As you can see on the website, it says new supplements. You can go there. Also, you know, it's down here as well. It doesn't matter. You could just click there and it will take you to our supplement page. Now, I'm going to just let you know that it's going to be a lot more being added through this week. This is just the first wave, but we're going to be adding so many more supplements. We're looking at some other products as well. We're even considering coffee. You know, I mean, there's a lot of stuff we're looking into adding. And so really quick here, I'll just read off the names, you know, and, you know, and what these are herbal mixes, you know, blends that you'll find, and they all address specific things. So let me just show you just really quick the advanced ashwagandha and adaptogen blend. We got the Brain Shield Mind and Memory Multivitamin, Brain Focus Eye Complex. And here we go. We got something we already been selling, the organic sea moss, burdock root, and bladderwrack capsules, neural focus, brain support, move well joint health blend, the Mancore Performance Complex. Brothers, that's for you brothers, okay, that you need a little assistance, okay, that's for you, okay, and don't need to go any more into that. Anyway, the Liver Guard Botanical Complex, herbal harmony, Ayurvedic, I hope I'm saying that right, blend, the Gut Happy ACV and fiber. Very good for those of you who are having some stomach issues there and digestive issues. This is a great option for you there. The Glucose Balance Daily Drops, Full Spectrum Maximum Maca, the Full Spectrum Greens and Red Superfoods Powder, the Flora Fortified Probiotic Prebiotics, Women's Herbal Vitality Complex. That's for you ladies. All right. Deep Sleep and Relaxation Formula, Prostate Wellness Complex, Organic Lion's Mane Mushroom, and Moringa Pure Capsules. And like I said, again, it's quite a bit. And we're going to be adding many, many more as well. And then when you click on it, of course, it's going to give you all the details on it. Okay, it's going to give you what's in it, tell you how many capsules are in it at all. And also, you know, you can look all of these things up on your own. Just highlight it, do a search for it so you can see exactly what is this for? What is this good for? And all of that. So that's how you can get down and get the information that you need on what would be best for you. Okay. And then also make sure you check out our blog. We just posted this blog post here on Samba Tree, Growing With You, a thoughtful expansion of our supplement collection. And then it goes through some things that I'm actually going to be touching on today. So yeah, so all of that is now available on sambatree.com. And we're very excited about this because it's really going to help us tremendously, not only getting the best products to you, but getting them to you quicker. And, you know, because that's what you deserve, right? And we all, you know, we all doing our part here. So we really appreciate that and really appreciate you. So make sure you check that out. Go to the supplement section over on sambatree.com. Okay, so let's get into the main video here, the main part of the video while we're doing this video here. Now, I just showed you a whole bunch of supplements. And you saw me going through all the names, and I'm sure that you listening to that, you're just like, oh, yeah, you know, like the cartoons. And you're like, dang, okay, where do I begin with all of this stuff? You know, and I know even for me, when I go, there's a place we used to go to in Philadelphia that had a whole bunch of it was like an herbal warehouse. I mean, they had so much stuff. And, you know, it's all in nice, pretty bags and stuff like that. Okay, that's cool, you know, and all of that, you know, but I'm like, okay, well, where do I even begin with all of this stuff? And even the stuff that we've had on the website already, you know, that's a question that would often come up. I mean, okay, it looks nice and it looks pretty and all of that. Oh, I like those golds. Oh, I like those beautiful leaves and all of that. And I hear what you're saying, but after a while, all this stuff starts running up, man. It starts costing. But where do I begin? Well, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, let's get right to it. Okay. Now, the first thing you need to know is that your health, your wellness, it doesn't actually start with supplements. Okay, very important for you to understand that. It doesn't actually start with supplements. What supplements basically are just that. They are supplements. They come aside what your body is trying to do, what is designed to do. Your body is always trying to heal itself. Okay, something I want you to be very aware of, that your body is not broken. Okay, your body is designed to heal itself. And the most simplest example I can give you is if you were to cut your hand, your arm, or whatever, what would happen? Of course, obviously you start seeing it bleed depending on how deep that cut is. But then your body will start, that bleeding, it will all of a sudden start turning into creating a scab to cover itself. Your body literally creates its own bandages. And you never thought of scabs like that, right? Yeah, that's what a scab is. These are human-made bandages that are there to cover it up while it's trying to heal and reconnect that skin and all of that stuff, right? That's what your body is normally doing, always on the path of trying to heal itself. So a pill or a capsule in of itself, it doesn't do that. Your body's already doing that. But what's happening is because, with our Western diet and, other factors as well, sometimes our body is trying to deal with some of these other things, and it gets a little distracted. And so what you need is to bring it back into balance. Okay. So here are the things that we talk about all the time, that before you even look at getting any kind of supplements, you need to learn how to bring your body into balance. And this is something I'm still learning. So obviously sunlight, making sure that you are exposed to as much sunlight as possible. And of course, it brings a regulation to your hormones, to your sleep, to your mood, all of that. There is absolutely, I don't care how many images of the sun they may put on these capsule bottles and all of that. You cannot capture what the sun gives and put it in a capsule. There's absolutely no way at all. So you need sunlight, natural sunlight. How many times you see us giving capsules to a tree, but yet these trees are growing taller, fuller, thicker, and they're able to provide food for literally billions of people. And they've been doing it for many, many years without any capsule from Samba tree. Okay, so you don't need a capsule for that. Sunlight is your vitamin that is vitally needed for your body. So starts off with that. Breathing exercises. Remember, we talked about that. I'm doing that every day. Are you doing that? What does that do? It changes how your body uses nutrients. When you're in a stressful state, your body is switching up and trying to adapt to that. But when you're doing your breathing exercises, what happens is you're just trying to bring everything back to balance. Okay. And if you're shallow breathing, which many of us do just without thinking, that is oftentimes tied to your poor digestion, absorption, and also circulation. Okay. So on a regular basis, if we're not running our mouths like I'm doing right now, what happens is, the way we breathe most of the time, it's a bit shallow. So we don't want to do that. So we want to make sure that we carve out a small section out of our day, preferably when we first get up or right before we go to bed, or try to do it both times. Or even in the middle time, during your lunch break, you want to make sure that you are exercising. And all you got to do is go here on YouTube. There are plenty of quick breathing exercises you can do. And it's only a few minutes, but it's bringing you back into balance for that moment. Okay. Water. Okay. You definitely need water, because water is a great way to flush out your system. Your body is always trying to cleanse itself of toxins. Okay, it's always trying to do that. Water obviously is one of the best ways to flush your body of these toxins. And so, and then you also, what I would recommend when you're with your water, make sure you get some salt, just a few granules of salt, and drop it in there. Sea salt. Yes, we do sell that too over at Samba Tree. Put that in there because that adds the minerals that you need in your body, because the water that most of us drink, even in a bottle, it doesn't have all the minerals that we need. And so by adding just a little drops of salt into our drinking water, it actually helps to remineralize your drinking water a bit, and your body can absorb it a lot easier. Okay. Rest. Make sure you get plenty of rest. I tell myself that all the time. Many times I listen. Sometimes I don't. It's a very major struggle, particularly when you have your own business, when it comes to resting and getting enough rest, because you're always having things you have to do. You know what I mean? But that's still no excuse. You still need to make sure you're getting plenty of rest. And of course, last but certainly not least, your diet, making sure that you are eating correctly. If you are eating donuts and candies and, even a lot of stuff that has a high content of sugar in it, whatever it may be, or a lot of salt, things like that, you are throwing things into this off balance. And I don't care how many supplements you take, it's going to throw this off. So without that foundation I gave you, sunlight, breathing, water, rest, and diet, I don't care how many supplements you take. If those things are off, if they're off, there's no supplement in the world that's going to fix that. So that's where your supplement journey begins, by making sure that you are fixated on that, making sure that you're getting those things, you're doing those things on a regular basis. Okay. All right, let's move to the next thing. Why supplements feel confusing. Well, it's a lot of reasons why that, number one, it's just how a lot of times, like I just threw a whole bunch at you. Right. And so we're so used to, in a society where things do move quite quickly. Right. And they're not really explained. And so a title alone a lot of times isn't going to tell you the whole thing. It may tell you part of the picture. You know what I mean? So this is why it's important, like us doing this video here, which, by the way, this video, if you give it a little bit, just give me a little bit of time. It will be done today at the time of this broadcast. I will put in the description. I'm going to put a free download of everything I'm sharing with you right now. Something that'll be a handy guide that you can follow. And so a lot of times these supplements, they are labeled as fast fixes, like for your brain, or you need some energy, or, advanced formulas. And so you see these things and you're like, oh, snap. Okay, man, I need to be smarter. So you just grab it. And you don't even know what's in it. You just know, you just see the words natural for your brain. And then you got somebody on the front that got a big brain that's got like lightning bolts come out of it. And you're thinking, okay, this is good for me. Or, energy blends. I just need some energy. You may be someone that usually you get your energy from that cup of coffee in the day. Now, it's not necessarily bad, but there are other ways that you can get that energy boost naturally, right? But which one is best for you? What's causing you to feel drained all the time? Are you getting enough rest? You see what I'm saying? You got to start off at your foundation. And so you have to understand those things. Let's move on to the next thing here, which is, now this is where we break it down. We make it very simple and very easy. The 4-step supplement decision framework. Okay. So you got to ask yourself, okay, what is it exactly that I'm trying to support right now? So when you are presented like with all of those supplements that I just showed you that we're offering, when you're presented with all of those supplements, the first thing you got to do is say, whoa, wait a minute. Okay, all this looks good, but what exactly am I trying to solve for me right this moment? Okay. And so here's some examples, like your energy. Do I need to address my energy? Focus? My digestion? Am I having issues with digestion? I have a lot of gas. You know what I mean? If I got a lot of gas situation, I'm a gas station. Joints. Are my joints, are they bothering me a lot? It's just, or am I looking for something just, help me with my daily nutrition? Or, have I been dealing with a whole lot of stress? Now, you may have heard that list I just gave you, and you may say, yeah, I'm dealing with all of those things. That probably would be me. But what you do is what you then do is just prioritize it. Just say, let me just start off with one. All right? That's what you do. So again, let me give that list to you again. Energy. Are you looking to solve your energy? These are just some examples here. Your energy, focus, digestion, joints. Are you looking, to make some improvement to your daily nutrition or your stress? Are you dealing with any of those? Okay. Remember, you're setting just one goal at a time. One goal at a time. Okay. You can't fix everything all at the same time. That would be cool, wouldn't it? But no, not really. You can't do that. It's just one thing at a time. All right. So you got to start with your foundational support. So we don't have it yet, but it's coming. A multivitamin. Now we had that multi-T that you could do that. If you go to our sombertree.com webpage, we do have that multi vitamin T that we offer. That's a very good option, but that gives you a lot of vitamins and minerals, so that you can use that as a supplement as far as like a multi-vitamin, so to speak, but it's something that you actually drink. That's a good place to start. But if you're looking for an actual capsule, we don't have that yet. We're still looking for the very best that we can find for you, and then we'll list that on the website. And so things you're looking for a very good multivitamin, the daily nutrition blends, mineral support. Minerals are very important. We cannot play that down. You can't play that down at all. You got to make sure you're getting those minerals in your body. And also a gentle whole food supplements. Okay. And so, yeah, let's move on to the thing. So so this is the foundation. So this is like, think of it as you got a house, but you want to make sure that your house is wired for electricity. Okay. So think of it that way. So your multivitamin, that's your foundation. All right, let's move on. Okay, now let's add the targeted support only if needed. Okay, only if needed. So here's some examples. Cognitive blends. If focus is your real issue, then you want to look for blends that are about cognitive, that deal with the whole cognitive blends, that are out there. And I'll show you, maybe I'll point to an example here. Let me see if I have one here, cognitive one here. Let's see. I'll bring one up here. I'll bring this up on the screen here. And this is just some examples here. Cognitive brain. We have one right here. I was just looking at it. You got this one here. This is a Brain Shield Mind and Memory Multivitamin. We also have another one here. Neural Focus. That's another one. Then we have I think I saw another one we added up here. Maybe that's two, but I know we have another ones, but but anyway, like I told you, we'll be adding a lot more there. So yeah, so that's a good example there when I'm talking about cognitive blends. Let's move on here. Joint formulas. Okay. If you are dealing with movement, you're feeling those aches and stuff like that. Now that could be, again, remember diet. So I know for me, some time ago, I finally figured out, I was like, why is it that my knees all of a sudden are hurting? Like I wake up in the morning, I'm like, gosh, man, my knees just hurt. And then guess what I found out it was? Guess what? And and this was through my wife, and guess what it was? It was gluten. I was taking in a lot of gluten. I remember during those days, I was eating a lot of sandwiches and stuff like that. And then I think, cereals and stuff like that, but I was eating a lot of gluten, and that gluten was literally, it was messing with my joints, particularly my knees. My knees were killing me, man. And I was like in my late 40s during that time. I was like, what the heck is going on? And man, let me tell you, I cut out that gluten. I haven't had any problems since. I'm older, and usually you hear people say, well, as you get older, your joints get worse. It wasn't that for me. My joints actually feel better. because I reduced it. Now I still have something that has gluten in it every now and then. Now, by the way, gluten in of itself isn't a bad thing. That's a very natural thing, but it's how here in the West, how it's processed. Okay. And so it's that process, what they do, that is what causes the imbalance. So gluten in of itself isn't bad. It's just how they process it, particularly here in the West. That's what makes it a little bit worse. And maybe one day I'll do a video on that where we talk about gluten and, you know, how it's processed versus natural gluten and how much you should take and all that kind of stuff, right? And then, okay, vitality blends. If your energy is constantly low, all right? So those are just some examples there of different blends. But again, you're focusing on very specifics, okay? And based on where you are, where your needs are. Okay, next thing, you want to introduce these things to your body slowly, not all at once, but slowly. All right, so give your body a chance to adjust to the one at a time, one new supplement at a time. Give it about, let's say, 7 to 14 days. I think that's a pretty good roundabout way to, you know, test and see if that supplement is actually, you're noticing a difference. So give it about 7 to 14 days. It's not going to start on day one. Sometimes people, on rare occasions, I've noticed if I've taken something and day one, I'm like, dang, I'm already feeling an improvement, but don't bank on that. Give your body like 7 to 14 days to kind of, you know, work with this new visitor that you're bringing in the house, you know, and making those adjustments and all of that. Because your body, when you're taking it, just see your body as it is a living being, right? So think of it as when you're taking those supplements, is looking at those supplements as it's coming down. It's like, and who are you? And what you here for? And the supplements, well, I'm here to give you more energy. Oh, really? Okay, well, we're going to keep our eye on you. What's that gel? You got a gel cap. What's that gel made out of? And they're going to be like, okay, I want you to check on that gel. We're going to analyze that gel. Okay, now what's inside of it? That powder? Okay, let's take a look at it. Oh, no, they put some other stuff in here. No, we ain't messing with it. We ain't messing with you. And all of a sudden you start, if it ain't, and so that's when we call your body ain't agreeing with it. You know, sometimes, you know, when you think of your body and how it functions, think of it that way. Be a little animated with it, okay? So when you're taking these supplements, you are introducing your body to a guest. You know, it's already familiar with now. Some of y'all, you know, some of the stuff, you put a donut or a slice of pizza in there, it's like, hey, bro, what's up, man? Man, you know where to go. You know where to go. You know where your seat is. Get right on our behind. Just go sit on the behind, and then the handle section. Get all in there. Yep. You make yourself at home. You already know where to go. You already know where to go. That's what that other food, that it knows where to go. But you start bringing in those supplements, your body's like, okay, now this is different. So give your body time to adjust to these things. Okay. Pay attention to your energy, your digestion, your sleep, and your mood, and see, hey, is anything changed? And even take notes. Take notes. I would do that. Take some notes and see, you know, maybe jot it down, you know, a little diary kind of thing so that you can have something you can point to, especially if you're under medical care. It's something that you have as a reference you can go back to. All right, almost done here. Almost done. Okay. Here are some common mistakes that people make. Taking 5 to 7 supplements at once. You ain't Superman. You remember Karen Waite? I'm not sure. Okay, I'm not going to even try it. Okay, so you ain't a Superman. You ain't a Superwoman. Okay, so taking a whole handful of different supplements a lot of times, well, and sometimes that's a bit too much. That can be a bit overwhelming, and sometimes it can even cancel things out. So you don't want to do that. I'm not saying it won't do anything. I am saying that as few as possible, that's what you want to focus on. All right, as few as possible. Let me give you an example. I had some dental work that I needed to get done, and they recommended some pharmaceuticals for me. And I was like, I ain't taking jack because, you know, they had I think I got a root canal or something like that. And I was like, I can't, I'm not doing that because I just have this thing about, I have this thing about pharmaceuticals, period, right? These unnatural, demonic pharmaceuticals, I don't like them, right? But I also don't like how some of these things, how they change your mind a little bit. Like, in other words, like you be hallucinating and stuff. That's what happens to me. I don't like that stuff. That's why for me, drinking or getting high, all that stuff, I've never liked that. I absolutely never liked that kind of stuff. Like some people, they're really into that. Like, man, just have a beer or have this or whatever. Now you do that's your thing. That's it. But I'm the one in the room. I'm fully aware. You know what I mean? I don't like that I'm in some altered state or anything like that. I want to make sure I remember what I said to you the night before. You know what I mean? So no, you don't want to, so I that's not me. You don't want to take a whole bunch of things at a time. That's what I was going to say. So, of course, the Novocaine that they gave me for my dental work, eventually that joint started wearing out. But I took our 50-50 pepper turmeric capsules. That's what I took. And I kept taking it. That was the main thing I kept taking. I wasn't taking anything else. I kept taking that. Did I feel a little pain? Yeah, I did. But I was able to get through it. And guess what happened? When I went back to the dentist for my follow-up checkup, guess what? They were like, oh, we see you didn't get your stuff fulfilled. What happened? I was like, no, I didn't take that. I said, I took this. And I told them what it was. And they were at least two people, and I'm not making this up, in the dental office. They were like, okay, write that down again. Where'd you get that from? Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute. Y'all the dentists. You don't know about how you spell turmeric? I am not lying. I'm not lying, y'all. And this dentist I went to, this place, I mean, it's known for having some of the best dental people in the state where I was living in. I mean, it's known for that. And I'm here trying to tell them how to spell turmeric. I told you, y'all, you are your primary physician. You have to be your own primary physician. Not to say that doctors and professionals don't have their place, but it starts with you making the right choices, the right decisions for yourself. Another thing you want to do is you do not want to copy someone else's routine. So for example, if I was to get up here and tell you, oh, I take this, then this, okay, use it as a guideline, but adjust it according to your personal needs, right? Don't follow everything I'm telling you. Adjust it to your own personal needs, because what may be good for me may not be good for you. All right. Expecting overnight changes. We are in a culture where we expect immediate gratification. When you're dealing with natural solutions, it's not overnight. Most cases it's not. Okay. So you don't want to do that. You definitely don't want to ignore the other things that I said, the foundations, the sunlight, your diet, your exercises, your water, getting rest, those kind of things. If you're ignoring that, it's going to prolong the benefits, the good benefits of these supplements that you're taking. And then also too, here's another mistake that people make. They believe that just because it's natural, you can take as much as you want to take. No, don't fall for that. Okay. Well, turmeric is natural. I'm gonna down this whole bottle of turmeric. Nope. Because like the saying goes, too much of anything can be a bad thing. Okay. So you want to be very mindful of how much of these supplements you're taking at a time. And like our bottles and other, supplement providers, they will put the recommended dosage on there. So follow that. Okay. Some cases you may want to up the dosage just a tad, but you definitely want to stay within that range of what they give you. Okay. Let's see here. So just to recap, you want foundation first, as I just talked about, one goal at a time, and then also slow and intentional. All right. And that's what you want to do. So you're not doing everything all at once. You're taking your time. All right. So again, I just want to show you this here. I'll bring this back on the screen. And the reason why I'm doing this is because we just introduced all of these supplements over on our website at sambatree.com. And we're going to be adding many more in the coming days and weeks ahead. And we're very excited about this. And this is going to be a huge benefit for the family. And also not just because we have it here, but this is helping us to streamline the service that we provide to you. And you know, like I said before, you know, these last couple of months, we're a small business. We're growing, but we're still a small businesses, and so like all other small businesses, you do face different and, you know, many times unique challenges, and customers a lot of times may not see that or understand that. All they, like anybody else, you just like, okay, where my package? You said this or whatever. I totally get that. You know what I mean? But I want you to know, I want you to be looking at my eyes here, that we're 100% committed to your health and well-being here at SambaTree.com, and we are working very, very hard for people like you, and that's what we're here for. We're committed, and if you have any suggestions for, you know, things you would like to see us carry, don't hesitate. Just send us a quick email or whatever. We'll look into it and we'll see. We're right now in the process of going through our website, and we're just cleaning some things up, streamlining some things. So check back at the site often, because we're going to be streamlining it, making it a lot cleaner. So when you go there, you ain't got to be hunting and pecking for stuff. We want it is streamlined, but it's helpful and is full as much information as possible for you. Okay. So like I said in the middle of this broadcast, check check under the description. Give me about an hour or so. I will have, you know, depending on when you see this video, I will have a free downloadable sheet, you know, that's kind of summarizing everything I'm saying. Just give me a quick summary of how to be unconfused when it comes to supplements. Okay. And we're going to walk through this together. Also, keep checking our YouTube page on SambaTree, here at the SambaTree YouTube page. If you're watching it there, if you're not watching it on SambaTree YouTube page, make sure you go to our SambaTree YouTube page and subscribe there, because every last supplement, we're going to have a short assigned to it. So we're going to have a quick 1 to 2 minute description of what each one of our supplements do, what they're good for, and that's it. So look for that. So we're going to have a lot of activity coming up in the days and weeks ahead, even on that front, making it a lot easier for you. So anyway, that's all I have for you guys. Again, thank you as always. Really appreciate you guys being there with us, and let's grow together and grow healthy and well. You guys take care, and we'll be talking again very soon. Take care, and thanks for joining us.